From the Watergate Building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Amy Walter and John Mercurio.
Welcome to Hotline TV. I'm Amy Walter.
And I'm John Mercurio.
Today's topic, Target Hillary. A new MUR poll showing her lead growing, increasing attacks from her rivals, and even her unlikely endorsement of sorts by President Bush, who said he expects her to win the Democratic nomination. John, who's going to attack first and how?
It will be interesting to watch. It won't be Barack Obama. That's my guess tonight. I think you're starting to see the second tier of this race, the Chris Dodds, the Joe Bidens, the Bill Richardsons, increasingly frustrated, increasingly realizing that it's sort of, they're running out of time. Look, I mean, there are only a few more weeks. Well, I think Obama and Edwards certainly have the money and certainly have, I think, the media attention at this point, the staying power to last through, to last through the primaries, to last through Iowa. They're sort of tied with her in those early states, unless you believe the New Hampshire poll that came out today. For Hillary. But I think the second-tier candidates are still stuck at 3% and 1% and 2%. They really need to break out. Somebody like Chris Dodd, I think, has shown a lot of aggression this week towards Hillary, calling her unelectable. And I think that's intentional because he's saying, look, I've been running in this race for 5 to 6 months. Nothing's changing. I need to get out of the top tier, out of the bottom tier.
It's interesting. If you look at that MUR poll, you'll see that Dodd actually has some of the highest negatives of anybody on the Democratic side. If you're Barack Obama, if you're John Edwards, you'd love for him to go in there. And he has to know that any time he goes and throws a punch, it's only going to help one of the other candidates and not him. So I don't know if that's... But maybe you could, freedom is
just another word.
For nothing left to lose.
For nothing left to lose. But the other thing that's interesting, I think, is that everybody is sort of waiting for Obama to go after Hillary Clinton, to attack her on one of the sort of key issues that they've been sort of quietly debating. I think, frankly, it would be just as effective for Obama to go after John Edwards. Look, he's just as easy of a target. In a lot of ways, his support is soft, and his negatives are sort of potentially rising. And as soon as he as soon as Obama can knock out the other viable anti-Hillary candidate in the Democratic primary, that support is likely, I think, to go to Obama. Then he becomes the only viable Obama anti-Hillary candidate. Go ahead.
Are you trying to speak over me?
Totally.
So I'm just trying to get my point of view heard.
Well, I paid for this microphone.
I think... Oh, you didn't pay for this one. This is mine. I think that is... Obama is in this awful place right now, which is... The reason people say they like him is they say that he's likable, right? But how can he be likable if you start picking on somebody? That makes it hard. Once you start throwing punches, right? What's rubber glue, hits me, sticks on you. I don't know what that does. Anyway. That's a problem.
Okay.
So if he goes and makes that attack. The second is what we've seen is when you start taking these other candidates out of the mix, just ask, for example, who's your second choice? Hillary Clinton gets a lot of votes. So people who are with Edwards right now aren't necessarily there because they don't like Hillary Clinton. They're there for other reasons, but I think that if you take John Edwards out of the mix, she still gets a lot of his votes.
To what extent is the reluctance on the part of these Democrats to attack Hillary based on the fact that she's a woman? Honestly,
I don't know if that's it. I think there's just nowhere
I don't
to
think
go.
it is either, but there's something that's keeping them back. This is the first time you've seen the Clinton record attacked in the Democratic primary, either the Hillary Clinton Senate record and also the Bill Clinton White House record. And I think that there was so much, Bill Clinton's White House record never attacked in a Democratic primary, except unless you include Bill Bradley and the Al Gore Democratic primary in 2000. I think there was so much material that other factions, other wings of the Democratic Party were sort of, at least at the beginning of this campaign, just waiting to jump on. And I think the fact that we haven't heard anything over the past 9 months is pretty incredible.
I think it is really actually a testament to just how disciplined of a candidate Hillary Clinton is. I mean, say what you will, she is not Bill Clinton in the fact that she's not going to be the affable, connecting, I feel your pain kind of candidate. But this woman is going to be the most effectively disciplined candidate ever. And every time they thought they would get her, we'll get her on the war. That's right. Okay, she's an insider, status quo. No, we haven't gotten that. Okay, what about every angle she's cut off? And so I don't know where they have left to go.
How much do you get from the in your checks from the Hillary campaign?
Oh, John,
is it 1,000 or is it 5,000 per week? We can talk about that right now.
All right.
Kind of awkward. And fortunately, we're out of time for today. So please join us tomorrow for another excellent episode of Hotline TV.